All right. So I'm here in my kitchen. I'm making some food for myself. And all right. So I'm just gonna get right into my movie review for the movie Chi-Raq. I seen it earlier this morning. It was released on Amazon Video um, at midnight. Which is for today. Since I'm here in the UK, we're about 5 to 7 hours ahead of the US. So finally, I get to see this movie. I've been trying my best to see it for like the past month now, and just had no luck. They didn't release it here in the UK, so finally I found out that they were going to release it online and on DVD at the end of December and early January. All right, so I'm gonna get right into the movie synopsis. So the movie is about this woman who her boyfriend is a rapper by the name of Chi-Raq, and they live in Chicago, and he's an up and coming rapper and um, a part of a gang um, called the Spartans, and then there's a rival gang called, I can see it right now because they wear orange. I can't think of the other name. Spartan and yeah, I can't think of the other one. But Spartans wear purple. The other gang wears orange, which the actress Tiana Paris portrays the main character, um, Lisa Strada, and her rapper boyfriend is played by Nick Cannon. And the rival gang leader is played by Wesley Snipes. So you see how their stories tie into their community, and within their community, it shows what is happening, which is the gangs are just going around and killing each other left and right, and then innocent people are involved and get injured or killed. So that ties in Jennifer Hudson's character, whose child gets murdered, and no one says anything, and she's trying to find out like who did it, and then it leads into where Listrada is just heartbroken that this woman's child was killed, and she wants to do something about it. So she goes to Angela Bassett's character, and who lives in the neighborhood, and she asks for help. And Angela Bassett's character, Miss Helen, describes, well, I want you to research different um, stories throughout history that will help with stopping war or any violence of any sort. And Lister Strada finds out this woman in Liberia in 2003, or around 2003, had stopped the war by um, having the women in the community stop having sex with their husbands, boyfriends, lovers, whoever. And it actually was successful. So Liz Estrada gets all the women in the community together, and at first they think she is ridiculous for even coming up with something like that. And it just makes everybody start thinking, okay, maybe this could work. So she tells them we can at least try it for a short time and see how it goes. So they start doing it, and that's when all hell breaks loose. So the community starts catching on to what Liz Estrada and the other women are doing in the community, and they don't like it. So the men are just from all walks of life in the community, from gang members to men who are in Greek, um, Greek or different organizations trying to make the community better, to even people who don't even know what's going on. They just stay to themselves because they don't want to get caught up in violence and anything like that. So they're just doing their day to day life and going to their job. And you also see the government coming in to play. So, long story short, it gets to the point, it lasts for quite a while, and everybody in the community is just like, you all need to stop it, and because they're just affecting everybody. And this is what I love about the movie. I'm just gonna get right into what I really really like about this movie, and I'll give my rating out of 10 stars towards the end of this movie, at the end of this video. So that is what made me love this movie, and I'm actually gonna sit and watch it again. They incorporated so many messages. It was like, wow, because a lot of people, I'm gonna be honest, in reality, people think, oh, if it's not happening to me, out of sight, out of mind. And then every now and then people want to be helpful, so they'll donate money or help out the community briefly, But whereas in this situation where there's actual constant violence in the neighborhood, it's gotten to the point that people have just become desensitized, that they just are so used to it, they're like, why doesn't the community do something? And then that's the thing, there are people in the community who are trying to do it, but then there are people who don't, care. They just want to be, this person that they think, hey, I have this weapon, I'm powerful. But why do you think you're powerful with that weapon? And where are these weapons coming from? And that's another thing that was brought up too in the story. So I mean, the messages are through and through the roof. And I just love how even some characters who aren't um, involved in this, like there was I believe the mayor of this Chicago, he gets involved because, like I said, the government and other people get involved because it's starting to catch news. And they're just like, we don't even go out there and do anything. Like, it's even people in the community. Like, there's this man who's a part of um, an organization in the community that does better for men and just wants to have a positive outlook for men. He even mentions, as well as the mayor, like, we don't even do any of this stuff. I'm older. What? Like, these are younger people doing this stuff. Like, what does this have to do with me? But that's the point. It does have something to do with all of them, and it just opens up your eyes. And you also see how the how a pastor gets involved because it ties in with the little girl getting killed. And it just, shows everybody. And Samuel L. Jackson's in it, and he's the narrator. I'm gonna be honest, this movie is not, I would not say like, oh my goodness, the whole screenwriting was great. I just like the Greek play, how they incorporated how they speak. I can't think of the wording right now. It can get messy sometimes because it's kind of hard to understand, but when it's powerful scenes, it works. I mean, and there are quite a good amount of powerful scenes. There are just some scenes where what got me, where I didn't like it too much, was with Samuel L. Jackson's character. I just didn't really see the point of him. He kind of ties in the links, but it's still kind of like he didn't really need to be there. There are some satire moments. You know that if you watch Spike Lee's films, usually he ties that stuff in. But there's reasons to it. It's to make it where it's not just through and through drama that you're just overwhelmed to the point where you can't even watch the movie anymore. Because I've watched some movies like that where it's so emotional, you're just like, can this just stop? I'm like, my brain's about to explode and I want to cry. So because of the hilarious scenes, but it ties in. So people claiming, oh, he's trying to make fun of Chicago and the violence. No, he's not. If you actually pay attention, you see why. Because everybody is not involved in the violence. So that's where some of the hilarious scenes are coming from. And even then, the people who get caught up in it, they are still living their day-to-day lives. So there are going to be moments where they're just so frustrated that they're going to, say some off-the-wall stuff, and it makes you think, like, why'd they just say that? And you want to laugh, or they laugh. So my rating for this movie is, I'm going to just go ahead, for my personal view, I'm going to give it a 9.5. But for the actual movie, I'm gonna give it an 8. Um, the reason why I give it an 8 is because, like I said, there are some moments in the movie that just, like I said, Samuel Jackson, I didn't care for. Um, that really just kind of took me away at moments. And like I said, there were a few times where some of the dialogue, because of the how the Greek play is involved, it kind of throws it off, but it doesn't take away at all. But it's just, it kind of throws you off because you're like really trying to understand. And when the powerful scenes come, they come. And the actors and actresses and the cast and crew, supporting cast, like movie production people, they did their stuff. Okay, they really, really did. And the um, music, as well as the stylish way the movie looks, like how the characters look, are awesome. I'm actually purchasing some of the body jewelry that actress Tiana Paris is wearing in the movie. I love it. So yes, and she looks good. Oh my goodness. So whoever her stylist is, keep it up. And so does all, like everybody in the movie just looks good. Angela Bassett. There were characters. I mean, people from movies I've seen years ago that are in this movie, and I'm like, awesome. And they look good. So yes. So like I said, my review, just for me personally, 9.5 out of 10 stars, but for the actual movie overall, an 8. All right. Bye. And today is December 29th, 2015. It's around 12 p.m. here in the UK. And thank you, Amazon Video, and everybody who finally let it be released so I can watch it. All right, bye.